Hello, everyone. Welcome to Voice of English. This is the place where you can learn English by listening and practicing every day. Each day, we share simple lessons and helpful tips to help you speak English better and with confidence. So get ready to listen, learn, and speak English naturally.
Ready to unlock the next level of your English fluency. You probably already know many English words and phrases, and you're constantly improving your ability to understand conversations. You've built a solid vocabulary, you know your tenses, but have you ever noticed how native speakers use small, almost invisible words and phrases that make their speech sound incredibly smooth, natural, and effortless? These little connectors act like glue. They hold ideas together, build bridges between sentences, and help conversations flow easily, just like water. If you've ever felt like your English is good, but it sometimes sounds a little choppy, or perhaps a bit like a list of facts instead of a flowing story. If you want to sound more natural, fluent, and confident, this episode is absolutely perfect for you. Today, I'm sharing 30 essential English connectors that will truly help you speak with flow and sound like a native speaker. Plus, I'll show you how to use them correctly with plenty of real life examples, common mistakes to avoid, and tons of opportunities for you to practice right along with me. So grab your notebook, get ready to speak, and let's transform your English. Why connectors matter so much. Connectors are more than just small words. They're powerful tools to organize your thoughts and guide your listener through your ideas. They are the traffic lights and road signs of conversation, directing your listener smoothly from one point to the next. Imagine trying to drive in a city with no traffic lights, no road signs, and every turn is a surprise. It would be confusing and slow. Similarly, imagine telling a story with no and, but, or so. It feels like a list of random facts, disjointed and hard to follow, right? I went to the store, I bought milk, I came home, I made coffee. It's clear, but it's not natural. That's how your English can sound without connectors, choppy and hard for others to follow. Using connectors lets you show relationships between ideas, whether they add on, contrast, show cause, or illustrate something. They give context and meaning. Make your speech sound natural and polished, like native speakers who use them instinctively. It's the difference between sounding like you're translating in your head and truly thinking in English. Buy yourself a moment to think during conversations. They give you a brief, natural pause while you formulate your next thought, helping your fluency and confidence. Instead of a long, you can use a connector. Help listeners easily follow your ideas and feelings. They make your communication clearer, more logical, and more engaging. So connectors don't just make your English sound better, they make you a more effective and engaging communicator. They allow you to paint a full picture with your words. Are you ready to add this powerful glue to your English? Let's dive into our first group, connectors for adding information. These connectors are perfect when you want to add more ideas, extra details, or supplementary points to what you're already saying. They signal to your listener there's more to come. Let's start with the most common and simple connector. And it's everywhere. It links similar ideas, nouns, verbs, or clauses. It's your basic building block for combining things. Example 1, joining nouns. I like tea and coffee. Simple, everyday use. Example 2, joining verbs. She wakes up and stretches every morning. Shows a sequence of actions. Example 3, joining clauses. He finished his work and then he went home. Connects two complete thoughts. Quick tip. While and is essential, try to avoid overusing it, especially in longer sentences or when listing many things. Mixing it with the others below will make your speech more varied and sophisticated. Next up is also. This adds information with a little more emphasis than a simple and. It often appears at the beginning of a sentence or in the middle before the main verb or after to be. Example 1, at the start, she's very talented. Also, she's very hardworking, adding another strong quality. Realistic scenario, imagine someone applying for a job. I have strong technical skills. Also, I'm a great team player. Example 2, in the middle. He also plays the piano, adding another activity to something already mentioned. Realistic scenario, I love reading. I also enjoy hiking on weekends. Example 3, after to be. The movie was good. The music was also amazing, adding another positive aspect. Common pitfall, don't confuse also with to at the end of a sentence. I like coffee too is fine, but I like coffee also sounds less natural. Also prefers to be closer to the verb or start a new thought. As well as is a slightly more formal way to add information. It means in addition to or and also. It can be used in the middle of a sentence, connecting nouns, phrases, or sometimes clauses. Example 1, connecting nouns, phrases. He plays piano as well as guitar. He plays both instruments. Realistic scenario. Our new software provides excellent security as well as a user-friendly interface. Example 2, connecting verbs, actions less common in speech but possible. She manages the team as well as handles client relations. Example 3, at the end, less common but heard. They deliver the project on time and under budget as well as. Often sounds a bit clunky, prefer also or to here in casual speech. Quick tip. As well as implies a list of similar, equally important things. In addition to is used mostly in writing or more formal speech. It's excellent for adding extra information, especially when you're listing points or building an argument. Example 1, formal sentence start. In addition to the budget, we need to consider the timeline. Adding another factor. Realistic scenario. Our company offers competitive salaries. In addition, we provide excellent health benefits, presenting multiple advantages. Example 2, connecting to a noun phrase. In addition to his experience, he has strong leadership skills, adding another quality. Example 3, without to, new sentence. The new policy saves money. In addition, it improves efficiency. Formal note. Remember to use in addition to when it's followed by a noun or noun phrase. Just in addition starts a new sentence or thought. Our last connector for adding information is not only, but also. This powerful phrase is used to emphasize two related points, often to surprise, impress, or highlight something important. It shows that two things are true, and the second one is often even more significant. Example 1, connecting adjectives. She's not only smart, but also very creative, emphasizing two strong qualities. Realistic scenario. This new software is not only easy to use, but also incredibly powerful. Example 2, connecting verbs. He not only sings, but also plays the guitar, highlighting multiple talents. Example 3, connecting clauses. Not only did they win the game, but they also broke a record. Quick tip. When not only starts a sentence, the part of the sentence that immediately follows it usually uses inverted word order like a question. This is a more advanced point, but good to notice. All right, it's your turn to practice adding information. Listen to these examples where the connectors are used naturally, and then try repeating the full sentences after me. This will help you build your speaking confidence and natural flow. I like chocolate and vanilla. He speaks French as well as Spanish. We need more volunteers. In addition, we need donations. She's a great athlete. She's also a fantastic student. He's not only intelligent, but also kind. How did you do? Remember, practice makes perfect. Keep these in mind as we move to our next group. Connectors for cause and effect. These connectors are crucial for explaining why something happens or describing the result or consequence of an action or event. They help you build logical connections in your thoughts. Because is perhaps the most common way to explain the reason for something. It usually follows the main idea, connecting it to the cause. Example 1, simple reason. I stayed home because of it raining. Reason for staying home. Realistic scenario. I'm tired because I didn't sleep well last night. Example 2, explaining a decision. She chose the red dress because it matched her shoes. Example 3, explaining a feeling. He was happy because he passed his exam. Quick tip. Because answers the question, why? The clause introduced by because cannot stand alone. While because gives the reason, so shows the result or consequence. It can start a new sentence or continue one after a comma. Example 1, simple result. It was raining, so I stayed inside. The result of the rain. Realistic scenario. I was hungry, so I made a sandwich. Example 2, consequence of an action. He didn't study, so he failed the test. Example 3, showing purpose, intention. I woke up early so I could finish my work. More advanced means in order that. Common pitfall, don't use because and so in the same sentence to explain the same cause and effect relationship. Because it was raining, so I stayed inside is redundant. Choose one. Therefore is a more formal connector. It means for that reason or as a result. It's mostly used in writing or formal speeches in academic contexts to show a logical conclusion. Example 1, logical conclusion. He didn't study, therefore he failed. Formal statement of consequence. Realistic scenario, business. The market data shows a clear demand. Therefore, we should launch the product. Example 2, scientific context. The experiment yielded consistent results. Therefore, our hypothesis is supported. Example 3, legal official. The defendant was found guilty. Therefore, a sentence was imposed. Quick tip. Therefore usually follows a semicolon or a period, starting a new independent clause or sentence. Similar to therefore, as a result is used to introduce the consequence or outcome of a previous action or situation. It's common in both formal and slightly less formal contexts than therefore. Example 1, direct outcome. The team worked hard. As a result, they won the match. Clear outcome of their effort. Realistic scenario, health. He started exercising daily. As a result, he lost weight and felt healthier. Example 2, negative consequence. The factory polluted the river. As a result, many fish died. Example 3, connecting actions. They delayed the decision. As a result, they missed a key opportunity. Placement tip. As a result often starts a new sentence followed by a comma. Due to is a formal phrase meaning because of. The key difference is that it's usually followed by a noun or a noun phrase, not a full clause, subject plus verb. Example 1, followed by a noun. The flight was delayed due to bad weather. Bad weather is a noun phrase. Realistic scenario. The meeting was canceled due to a power outage. Example 2, followed by a gerund, noun phrase. Due to heavy traffic, I arrived late. Example 3, formal explanation. The project succeeded due to the team's dedication. Common pitfall. Don't use due to with a full sentence like, due to it was raining. Instead, use because it was raining. Due to needs a noun. Let's practice connecting causes and effects. Listen to these examples and then try repeating the full sentences after me. I was tired, so I went to bed early. The game was canceled due to heavy rain. She studied all night. Therefore, she was ready for the exam. He loves to read because he visits the library often. They invested wisely. As a result, their business grew rapidly. Great work. Understanding cause and effect makes your explanations much clearer. Connectors for comparing and contrasting. These connectors are essential when you want to highlight similarities or differences between ideas, people, or things. They help you clarify your thoughts and present balanced arguments. Like is an informal and very common way to show similarity. It means similar to or in the same way as. It's used a lot in everyday speech. Example 1, simple comparison. She sings like a professional. Her singing is similar to a professional's. Realistic scenario. He runs like a gazelle, describing someone's running style. Example 2, comparing objects. This new phone feels like my old one. Example 3, giving an example informally. I enjoy outdoor activities like hiking and swimming. We'll cover this more in giving examples too, but it's important here for similarity. Common pitfall. While common in speech, try not to overuse like to fill pauses or introduce everything, especially in more formal settings. Similarly is a more formal way to indicate that two things are alike or that a second point mirrors the first. It's often used in writing, academic papers, or formal speeches. Example 1, connecting similar ideas. He enjoys football. Similarly, his brother plays soccer, showing a shared interest. Realistic scenario. The first experiment yielded positive results. Similarly, the second trial showed promising outcomes. Example 2, comparing methods. Our first approach was very successful. Similarly, our new strategy promises great results. Example 3, in general context, children often learn quickly. Similarly, young animals adapt fast to new environments. Placement tip. Similarly typically begins a new sentence, often followed by a comma. On the other hand, is used to introduce a contrasting or opposite idea, opinion, or fact. It's great for presenting two sides of an argument or a balanced perspective. It almost always begins with a new clause or sentence. Example 1, contrasting opinions. I love the city. On the other hand, my sister prefers the countryside. Two different preferences. Realistic scenario, job decision. The job offers a high salary. On the other hand, it requires a lot of travel. Example 2, contrasting facts. Learning a new language is challenging. On the other hand, it opens many new opportunities. Example 3, balanced view. Eating out is convenient. On the other hand, cooking at home is healthier and cheaper. Quick tip. This connector helps show you're considering multiple viewpoints. However, is a more formal connector, widely used in both writing and speech to introduce a contrasting idea or to present a qualification. It means but or nevertheless. Oh, it often appears at the beginning of a sentence. Example 1, contrasting trait. She's very friendly. However, she can be shy sometimes, contrasting two aspects of personality. Realistic scenario, project update. We completed the first phase on time. However, the second phase is facing delays. Example 2, disagreement. Many people believe the old system was better. However, the new system offers more features. Example 3, unexpected outcome. The weather forecast predicted sunshine. However, it started raining midday. Placement tip. However usually starts a new sentence followed by a comma. It can also appear in the middle of a sentence separated by commas like, she is friendly, however, she can be shy. Although introduces a contrasting idea or a concession, typically within the same sentence. It's like saying but or even though, and the contrasting idea is often less surprising. Example 1, contrasting action. Although it was raining, we went for a walk. Despite the rain, the walk happened. Realistic scenario. Although he was tired, he continued working. Example 2, contrasting quality. Although the car is old, it runs perfectly. Example 3, connecting feelings. Although she knew the truth, she kept quiet. Common pitfall. Don't use although and but together in the same clause. Although it was raining, but we went for a walk. Choose one. Although it was raining, we went for a walk. Or, it was raining, but we went for a walk. Let's practice showing similarities and differences. Listen to these examples and then try repeating the full sentences after me. He speaks English like a native speaker. The first proposal was rejected. However, the second one was approved. She likes quiet evenings. On the other hand, her roommate enjoys loud parties. Although it was expensive, I bought the new phone. Cats are independent pets. Similarly, dogs require more attention. Fantastic. You're building bridges between your ideas. Let's move on to our next essential group, connectors for sequence and ideas. These connectors are absolutely vital for telling stories, giving instructions, or explaining a process. They help you show the order or steps in a clear, logical sequence. They are your narrative timeline tools. Use first or the slightly more formal firstly when you are starting a list of points, steps in a process, or a sequence of events. It clearly signals the beginning. Example 1, instructions. First, preheat the oven. The very first step. Realistic scenario. First, open your book to page 20. Example 2, listing points. Firstly, I want to thank everyone for coming. Example 3, daily routine. First, I wake up and then I stretch. Quick tip. First is more common in spoken English. Firstly is usually reserved for formal presentations or written academic work. Then is one of the most versatile connectors for showing what happens next in a sequence. It indicates a direct follow-up action. Example 1, instructions. Then, add the eggs. After preheating, this is the next step. Realistic scenario. I finished work, then I went to the gym. Example 2, storytelling. She packed her bag, then she called a taxi. Example 3, daily tasks. I'll clean the kitchen, then I'll do laundry. Common pitfall. Don't confuse then, sequence with than, comparison taller than me. After that is similar to then, but often feels a little more casual and gives a slightly longer pause between actions. It clearly indicates one event finished and another began. Example 1, routine. After that, mix everything well, following the previous step. Realistic scenario, I had breakfast. After that, I went for a run. Example 2, past events. We visited the museum. After that, we had lunch. Example 3, planning. I'll finish my homework. After that, I'll watch a movie. Quick tip. Then can be used for very quick direct sequences. After that can imply a slightly more significant transition or pause. Next is very similar to then and after that, commonly used for the very next step in a sequence or a list. It's often used interchangeably with then. Example 1, instructions. Next, bake for 30 minutes. The step following mixing. Realistic scenario. We discussed the budget. Next, we need to talk about the timeline. Example 2, steps in a process. First, open the app. Next, log in with your credentials. Example 3, in dialogue. What's next on our agenda? Quick tip. Next can also be an adjective or a noun. What's next? When used as a connector, it usually implies a sequence. Finally is used to show the last step in a sequence, the conclusion of a process, or when something long-awaited happens. It brings a sense of completion. Example 1, instructions. Finally, let the cake cool. The last step in baking. Realistic scenario. After hours of searching, I finally found my lost keys. Example 2, project completion. We worked for months on the project. Finally, it was launched. Example 3, list conclusion. First, we plan. Then, we execute. Finally, we review the results. Emphasis. Finally can also express relief or impatience, depending on context and tone. Now let's make your stories and instructions flow. I want you to listen to this example of a morning routine using sequencing connectors, and then try describing your own morning routine aloud using these same connectors. First, I wake up. Then, I brush my teeth. After that, I eat breakfast. Next, I get dressed. Finally, I leave for work. Excellent. The more you practice telling simple stories like this, the more natural sequencing will become. Connectors for giving examples. These connectors are incredibly useful when you want to clarify a point, provide specific details, or support your general statements with concrete examples. They bring your ideas to life. For example is the most direct and universally understood way to introduce an example. It clearly signals that what follows is an illustration of the previous statement. Example 1, illustrating a category. I love fruits, for example, apples and bananas. Giving specific types of fruits. Realistic scenario. Learning a new language can open many doors, for example, job opportunities or cultural understanding. Example 2, specific instance. Some cities have great public transport. For example, London has an excellent subway system. Example 3, showing a habit. I try to exercise every day. For example, I go for a run in the morning or cycle in the evening. Placement tip. For example can start a new sentence, followed by a comma, or appear in the middle of a sentence, usually preceded by a comma. Such as is used to list examples that are part of a larger group or category. It's common in both writing and more formal speech, implying like these things. Example 1, listing categories. You should eat more vegetables such as carrots and broccoli. Carrots and broccoli are examples of vegetables. Realistic scenario. Many wild animals, such as lions and tigers, are endangered. Example 2, listing items. The store sells various electronics, such as laptops, tablets, and headphones. Example 3, formal illustration. Certain skills, such as critical thinking and problem solving, are crucial for success. Common pitfall. Don't use such as when you mean, for example, to introduce a single example that illustrates a point. Such as is better for listing multiple examples within a group. We saw like for similarity, but it's also a very common, informal way to introduce examples, especially in spoken English. It's often used interchangeably with such as in casual conversation. Example 1, informal list. She enjoys outdoor activities like hiking and swimming. Informal way to give examples of outdoor activities. Realistic scenario. I listen to different types of music like pop, rock, and jazz. Example 2, informal illustration. There are many things to do in the city, like visiting museums or going to concerts. Example 3, describing people. Some people are always late, like my brother. Informal, perhaps slightly exasperated example. Quick tip. Use like in casual conversation. For more formal writing or presentations, prefer for example or such as. Including is used to highlight examples that are part of a larger group or set, emphasizing that these specific items are part of the total. It suggests the list isn't exhaustive, but these are prominent examples. Example 1, part of a whole. The package includes many features, including free updates. Free updates are one of the features. Realistic scenario. All employees, including part-time staff, are eligible for the bonus. Example 2, listing components. The meal comes with several side dishes, including rice, vegetables, and soup. Example 3, highlighting examples. Our team has members from various countries, including Japan, Brazil, and Germany. Nuance. Including specifically implies that the listed items are contained within the broader category. To illustrate is a formal phrase used before giving an example to explain or clarify a previous point in more detail. It signals that you are about to provide a concrete demonstration of your abstract idea. Example 1, formal explanation. To illustrate, let's look at this chart, using a visual aid to explain. Realistic scenario, business presentation. Our new strategy will improve customer satisfaction. To illustrate, let's consider a typical customer interaction. Example 2, clarifying a concept. The concept of supply and demand can be complex. To illustrate, imagine the price of ice cream on a hot day. Example 3, academic context. Many species adapt to harsh environments. To illustrate, consider the camel's ability to survive in the desert. Placement. Tip. To illustrate typically begins a new sentence or clause, often followed by a comma. Now it's your turn to add detail and clarity with examples. Listen to these sentences where connectors are used to introduce examples, and then try repeating the full sentences after me. I enjoy different kinds of movies like comedies and action films. The report covered many topics, including financial performance and future projections. Some languages are very difficult to learn, for example, Mandarin Chinese. Our new policy aims to reduce waste. To illustrate, we've stopped using single-use plastics. Healthy habits such as regular exercise and balanced meals are vital for well-being. Excellent job! You're making your English more precise and understandable. Connectors for summarizing and concluding. These connectors are your powerful tools for wrapping up your ideas, providing a brief overview, or bringing your discussion to a clear and concise end. They signal to your listener, I'm about to finish my point. In conclusion, is a formal connector typically used to end a speech, presentation, essay, or a long explanation. It signals that you are about to provide the final summary of your main points. Example 1. Formal ending. In conclusion, this method is effective. Summarizing the main finding. Realistic scenario, presentation. In conclusion, the data clearly supports our strategy moving forward. Example 2. Academic summary. In conclusion, while challenges remain, significant progress has been made. Example 3. Ending a report. In conclusion, the proposed solution offers the best outcome for the company. Placement. Tip. In conclusion almost always starts a new sentence followed by a comma. To sum up is a more casual and conversational way to summarize the main points or reiterate a general idea. It's very common in everyday speech and informal presentations. Example 1. Casual summary. To sum up, practice makes perfect. Simple, clear summary. Realistic scenario. We discussed a lot today, but to sum up, we need to focus on marketing. Example 2. Quick recap. To sum up, the trip was long but very rewarding. Example 3. Before a decision. To sum up, we have two main options: develop it internally or outsource. Quick tip. Use to sum up when you want to quickly recap without sounding overly formal. Overall gives a general summary or impression, taking all factors into account. It provides a broad perspective rather than detailing specific points. Example 1. General impression. Overall, the event was a success, considering all aspects of the event. Realistic scenario. The weather was bad, but overall we had a good vacation. Example 2. Performance review. Overall, her performance this quarter has been exceptional. Example 3. Big picture. Overall, the new policy has had a positive impact on the community. Placement. Tip. Overall can start a sentence, be used as an adverb before the verb, or appear at the end. Starting a sentence is most common for concluding. We encountered therefore in our cause and effect section, but it's also very useful for concluding. When used at the end of a discussion or argument, it restates a conclusion or result based on the evidence or points just presented. Example 1. Restating conclusion. The data is clear, therefore we should proceed. Proceeding is the logical conclusion from the clear data. Realistic scenario. All our tests passed. Therefore, the software is ready for release. Example 2. Drawing a final point. The evidence points to improved efficiency. Therefore, we recommend implementing the new system. Example 3. Personal conclusion. I enjoyed the course and learned a lot. Therefore, I feel more confident in my skills. Reinforcement. It links the presented facts directly to the final decision or outcome. Like therefore, as a result, can also be used as a concluding connector to show the final outcome or consequence of everything that has been discussed. Example 1. Final outcome. She studied hard. As a result, she passed. Passing is the direct outcome of studying hard. Realistic scenario. The company implemented all the suggestions. As a result, their profits increased by 20%. Example 2. Culminating effect. The team collaborated effectively and overcame all obstacles. As a result, they delivered an outstanding project. Example 3. Summarizing impact. The new policies were widely accepted by the community. As a result, social harmony improved. Reinforcement. This highlights the ultimate impact of the preceding actions or conditions. Let's practice bringing your thoughts to a strong finish. Listen to these examples for different scenarios and then try to create your own sentences using a concluding connector. Example for scenario 1, difficult project. Overall, the project was challenging, but we learned a lot. Example for scenario 2, good things about learning English. In conclusion, learning English opens many doors and enriches your life. Example for scenario 3, why healthy eating is important. Eating well provides energy, improves mood, and supports long-term health. Therefore, it's incredibly important. Excellent. Concluding effectively makes your message clear and memorable. Advanced connectors for elaboration and nuance. Now that we've covered the core categories, let's explore some more advanced connectors that add sophistication and nuance to your English. These will truly make you sound like a highly proficient speaker. Furthermore is used to add another point or piece of information that supports or extends the previous idea. It's more formal than also or in addition, and usually introduces a point that is even stronger or more significant. Example 1, adding strong evidence. The research shows a clear link between exercise and health. Furthermore, it reduces stress. Realistic scenario, debate. Our proposal saves costs. Furthermore, it improves employee morale, leading to higher productivity. Example 2, building an argument. The new software is user-friendly. Furthermore, it offers advanced security features. Example 3, formal continuation. The first phase of the project was successful. Furthermore, the team stayed within budget. Placement tip. Furthermore typically starts a new sentence followed by a comma. Moreover is very similar to furthermore, also used to add additional information that strengthens a previous argument or point. It's formal and often interchangeable with furthermore. Example 1, adding supporting detail. The new policy is environmentally friendly. Moreover, it creates new job opportunities. Realistic scenario, report. The economy is stable. Moreover, inflation rates are declining, indicating a positive outlook. Example 2, enhancing a statement. He is a dedicated student. Moreover, he participates actively in extracurricular activities. Example 3, presenting multiple benefits. This technology is efficient. Moreover, it is cost-effective in the long run. Nuance. While very similar, moreover sometimes implies what's more important or what's even better. Nevertheless and nonetheless are interchangeable and quite formal. They mean despite what has just been said or in spite of that. They introduce a contrasting point that is true despite the previous statement. Example 1, contrasting an expectation. It was cold outside. Nevertheless, we decided to go for a walk. Despite the cold, they walked. Realistic scenario. The project faced many challenges. Nonetheless, the team delivered it on time. Example 2, acknowledging difficulty. The task was difficult. Nevertheless, she managed to complete it successfully. Example 3, acknowledging a fact. He had little experience. Nonetheless, he proved to be a valuable asset to the team. Placement tip. These typically start a new sentence followed by a comma. Conversely is a formal connector used to introduce a statement that is the opposite of the previous one. It's stronger than on the other hand, in signaling a direct reversal of a trend, idea, or situation. Example 1, direct opposite. Rich countries often have low birth rates. Conversely, poorer countries tend to have high birth rates. Realistic scenario, analysis. Sales increased in the urban areas. Conversely, they declined in rural regions. Example 2, opposite effect. Some foods are beneficial for health. Conversely, others can be detrimental. Example 3, reversal of roles. In the past, the manager instructed the team. Conversely, now the team often guides the manager. Usage note. Often used in academic or analytical writing to compare two diametrically opposed ideas or situations. Hence is a concise and formal connector meaning for this reason, therefore, or as a consequence. It's often used to introduce a logical deduction or a direct result derived from a previous statement. Example 1, logical deduction. The economy is struggling. Hence, interest rates are likely to be reduced. Realistic scenario. The battery was dead, hence the car wouldn't start. Example 2, formal consequence. The experiment was flawed, hence the results are unreliable. Example 3, direct outcome. She was consistently late. Hence, she was given a warning. Quick tip. Hence is a very strong and direct connector for cause, effect, or logical consequence. Let's try using these more sophisticated connectors. Furthermore. Moreover, nevertheless, nonetheless, conversely, hence. Listen to the first part of each sentence and then try to complete it using the appropriate connector to create a natural sounding phrase. The first argument was strong. Furthermore, the second argument provided even more evidence. He was exhausted. Nevertheless, he continued to work until midnight. Small businesses are struggling in the current market. Conversely, large corporations are thriving. The train was delayed. Hence, I arrived late for my meeting. Fantastic. Using these connectors will really elevate your English and make you sound incredibly articulate. Practice scenarios for natural flow. Now let's combine some of these connectors in longer, more realistic scenarios. Remember to speak aloud and try to match the natural rhythm. Scenario 1, describing a difficult day. Mixing cause, effect, and sequencing. I'll start, then you continue. First, I woke up late today. As a result, I missed my bus. Your turn. Describe what happened next, why, and what you did as a result. Use because and so. Scenario 2, discussing a decision, mixing contrast and conclusion. We thought about buying a new car. However, it's very expensive right now. Your turn. Add a contrasting idea and then a conclusion. Use, on the other hand, and therefore or in conclusion. Scenario 3, explaining a project, mixing addition and examples. Our new project aims to improve customer service. Furthermore, it will streamline our internal processes. Your turn. Add an example of how it will improve service and another benefit. Use for example and moreover. Excellent work on these longer scenarios. This is where real fluency starts to shine. Your action plan to master connectors. You've learned so many powerful connectors today, but learning is just the first step. To truly master them and make them a natural part of your English, you need an action plan. Listen and notice. This is crucial. When you watch English movies, TV shows, or listen to podcasts like this one, actively pay attention to connectors. Notice when and how native speakers use them. How do they link their sentences? How do they transition between ideas? You'll be surprised how often they appear once you start listening for them. Keep a small notebook just for connectors you hear. Use them in context. Don't just list them. Pick 3 to 5 connectors from today's lesson that you feel are most useful for your daily conversations. Make a conscious effort to use them every single day in your English thoughts, conversations, or writing. Start small and build up. For instance, tomorrow, try to use because and so correctly every time you explain something. Practice speaking aloud. This cannot be emphasized enough. Say sentences aloud, even to yourself, using these connectors. Describe your day using sequencing words. Explain why you like something using because. Contrast two ideas using on the other hand. This builds muscle memory in your mouth and brain, making them more automatic. Shadow native speakers. This is a powerful technique. Choose short clips from this video or any English content. Repeat the sentences word for word right after the speaker. Match their rhythm, intonation, and importantly, how they flow through the connectors. This trains your mouth to produce natural English sounds. Record and review. Use your phone to record yourself speaking using connectors, then listen back. Does it sound smooth? Are you pausing naturally? Adjust as needed. This self-correction loop is incredibly effective for identifying areas for improvement. Be patient and consistent. Learning connectors, like any aspect of fluency, takes time and regular effort. Don't get discouraged if you don't use them perfectly at first. Keep practicing regularly. Celebrate every time you use one correctly, and remember, small efforts every day lead to big results. Wow, you've just learned about 30 powerful English connectors that will help your speech flow naturally, making you sound more fluent, more confident, and ultimately more like a native speaker. Remember, connectors aren't just grammar rules. They're indispensable tools to help you connect with others smoothly and clearly. They are the finesse in your English. I'm so incredibly proud of the effort you've put in today. Keep practicing, keep speaking, and keep moving forward on your amazing English journey. Before you go, if you found this lesson helpful and feel more confident about using connectors, please hit that like button. Your support helps us create more content like this. And ring the notification bell so you never miss a new video from our series. And finally, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Which connector from today's lesson do you want to use first? Or even better, share a sentence using one of today's connectors. I'm excited to see you practicing and improving. Thank you so much for watching,